guys, it's time for Tom because this is the highlight of our discussion. All right, because at the end of the day, one thing that is bringing us together here is the love for Tom MacDonald's music. Because if anybody gonna put it right and hit the nail in the sure place, we know it's Tom. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna react to both songs because you guys asked for it, so therefore you're gonna get it. So we're gonna react first of all to say it again, This House, and after that we're gonna react to No Lives Matter. I'm gonna try to not pause the video so much. We're watching this together. Maybe we might pause, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say how many times. That depends how he hates me, you know. So we're going to try to go through this and do it correctly. So, guys, are you guys ready for this? We want your thoughts and comments as we pause as well. So we're going to start now with No Lives Matter. This House by Tom MacDonald. Let's see what he thinks about the last video that he put out. So let's check this one out together.
Lately, everyone been talking crazy. Feel like everybody's got some to say. They misinterpreted my good intentions and expected I was just gonna step away. If there's a heart that pumps and there's a breath to take, then I won't bite my tongue as long as I'm awake. And they don't have the guts to make a dumb mistake. I'd rather crash a car than never touch the brakes. I built this in-house. They're the kind of people that be dying for exposure. They're the kind of people that get mad and lose composure. They're the kind of people that are never going forward. They're just the ones that are looking for apologies. Hating real loud, but they follow me. Screaming at the top of their lungs, I'm the scum of the earth. In the same damn breath, trying to preach about equality. Back before I wrote this song on race.
That's what he does.
He said, listen, I wanted to pause it so much earlier, but I talked too much. Okay, so guys, first off, let's just talk about how they're the ones who are screaming for equality, but yet at the same time they're calling white people scum and they're saying all this hate talk. You want to talk about hate talk? Hate talk in that documentary? It's like this subtle, passive-aggressive hate talk that he's talking about. You want to say...
This is hate talk right here.
This is hate talk. Mm-hmm. Warning, this trailer may trigger white people.
You knew what you were doing the whole time.
Yeah, it's intentional.
Of course
it's creating more division.
They know what they're doing. It's a shame.
It's a shame. But this is what, but I love what he said in the beginning. He said, I don't care what you say. I'm not going to quiet my voice. I'd rather crash a car.
Listen to GS. She said, I knew she couldn't resist.
I'm so mad. I want to start the song over.
I wanted to pause from the very time.
I know.
I saw those little
Start
comments.
The song over. Start it over. I know. I'm being terrible. We got to start this over.
This is amazing. Again, this is what
guys
Tom
hate
does.
me. I'll try to streamline and keep my thoughts concise.
Okay, guys, let's do it again. So this tells me then he must have gotten a lot of backlash for that white boy
Kill
song.
yourself. Who says kill yourself to somebody?
Just
and then says he's not being equal. He's a racist, but you told him to kill himself.
Guys, I'm not sure if I'm naive or ignorant or I'm not seeing the whole picture.
How do you...
I do not see a I did not see a vestige of racism in the song White Boy. Maybe because I'm Haitian or stuff. Maybe I'm not because I'm not a black American. I saw absolutely nothing racist in that thing.
Okay,
nothing
here's
but
what it was.
truth. That's what I saw. Truth.
It was both sides not wanting to face the truth and the reality that this is a person to person. If you have a problem with somebody, you need to go to that somebody and not them, not their whole race, not their whole family, not their mom, not their dad. You need to go to that person and deal with one-on-one. That's what he's saying. It's that simple. The whole message was stop lumping me into a category.
Don't put me in a box.
Don't categorize me, but let me be me and you judge me by me.
What's wrong with that?
Period.
What's wrong with that?
What is it? It blows my mind.
What's wrong with that?
I feel like, okay, I don't even understand it. I don't understand it. Now we see, so now we're moving on. We see these are all the messages he's received. Who would have the audacity to say such evil stuff to another human, period? Okay, that's just on itself. But then have the nerve to say, he's being mean to me. You're not trying to help this man understand why you're hurt. You are killing him with words. Words, what they used to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That is just a not true statement. Not words divide, words break, words kill the spirit. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. It's a scripture.
Yeah.
Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Proverbs 18:21.
It's a true statement. How many times did someone say something to you and it literally was like a dagger? I know I felt that. I know you felt like where it's just like, oh, it hits you. and it was a word. I would have rather been hit with a stone.
Why does he have to get this level of backlash because he speaks his opinion like everybody else does as an artist? And the artists who are really tearing our communities apart, you know what they get? They get thumbs up. They get heart. They get promoted. But the man who is saying, guys, we need to address some real issues here. Don't put me in a box. Let's look at each other differently. We have so much in common. That's the guy you want to kill.
So they're crying out for peace. They're crying out for equality. Yet you're killing your brother, who is because he's white.
The one. I mean,
you're the same. If Tom was actually being that way, would you be being any different right now? Saying kill yourself and calling him names.
You are hearing this from people who are Christian, from people who read the Bible, from people who are in church. Listen,
this is not even a Christian thing, though.
No, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
But this is just a moral.
If Tom was an evil guy, he wouldn't be on this channel. Listen to me. We will not be talking about this. Okay? And the reason the other ones don't get talked about is because, not all of them, by the way, some of them I don't know about them. The reason some of these crazy artists that are really causing trouble don't get talked about in this channel is because we don't have time for that kind of nonsense. So I'm just being honest with you. The fact we're talking about Tom and we promoting his stuff here is because we find something in here that we can connect with. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. Honestly.
I'm telling you.
It's the truth I'm telling you right now. I'm just being very honest with you.
So that just started it off to let you know what he's experiencing from the people who are crying out for equality and peace, and supposedly they want so-called peace. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's hear.
Talking crazy, feel like everybody's got some to say. They misinterpreted my good intentions and expect.
How many times were you misinterpreted? How many times did you say something you were misinterpreted, and because people are so close-minded, they absolutely refuse to hear you out?
And I was just gonna step away. If there's a heart that pumps and there's a breath to take, then I won't bite my tongue as long as I'm awake and they don't have the guts to make a dumb mistake. I'd rather crash a car than never touch the brake.
I'd rather crash the car than never touch the brake. That right there speaks volume. How many times do we see stuff? We go places. We're at work. We see it in our children. We see it in our husband, wives, any place, out, strangers, and we see something's wrong, but we keep our lips sealed.
You see, the thing is, I love this about Tom as a man. He's not afraid of telling the truth because he knows truth is on his side. And people who love the truth, people like myself, people like yous, hang over a gang family, hang for life. We're not gonna just sit back and say, "Oh yeah, poor Tom." No. This brother's onto something here, and he deserves the respect that we will give to anybody else because the stuff he's talking about is relevant. It's true. It makes sense. It's targeting some real issues, and as a people, whether you're offended or not, we do have to humble ourselves, swallow our pride, and listen.
And then ask questions. If you don't understand something, all you got to do is ask a question.
Ask questions. Don't go and
let him explain himself.
Don't go and start attacking.
Why does he got to get pegged for his thought process? Do you want to get pegged for yours? Do I want to get pegged for mine? I have thoughts that aren't right. I have times I need to be corrected. I've been corrected through the commentary from going through these videos already.
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
There's a lot of stuff I'm like, with the Civil War, I need to go relook things up.
Thank you, JCIMB. It would be nice if Tom could join us here. They're trying to get Tom on the live stream to watch this. That would be really awesome. I wish I could even actually talk to Tom.
Yo,
if I could meet Tom face to face, I'd be like, Tom, you don't have to say anything. Can I just give you a hug? Literally, just give you a hug just to say,
for opening the eyes of the blind.
What you stand for.
Opening the eyes of the blind.
And I'll tell Tom, I love what you stand for. I love the person you have become, even through your past experiences. And third, I want to say one thing. I'm praying for you.
Right.
I'm praying for you.
Here we go.
All right, let's go back. We want to quickly pause to acknowledge Champagne Ryan here. Right. There is a great video. The video Tom put out, White Boy Behind us. Shoot, I did listen to that, by the way. I did actually. I've learned so much from that. You guys referred me to that. Yeah, definitely worth to watch. I did listen to that, Champion Ryan, and thank you once again for the super chat. So let's go now.
Sorry.
In-house, they're the kind of people that be dying for exposure. They're the kind of people that get mad and lose composure. They're the kind of people that are never going forward. They're just the ones that are looking for apologies.
Looking for apologies.
You were saying this in the last video. Mm-hmm. When are we gonna move forward? We're going to keep fighting about this?
They're looking for exposure. They're doing this not because they actually have a thought process behind it, not because they actually have an intelligent viewpoint. They're just looking for exposure.
Yeah.
They're the ones, they don't even know how to react with composure. They lose their composure. It's just all about reaction because what do they know? What the world knows is that conflict brings out conversations, brings out division, brings money in, right? So he's doing, his conflict is actually with purpose and motive that is lasting, that is life-changing. Yeah. This other conflict, this drill music, this music industry that it's destruction. It's destructive in nature. It's destructive in purpose. It has a goal to keep families separated.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Right?
It's a shame. That's really the goal. And Tom, that's not what he's doing here in his songs.
He's trying to build.
And again, I love the fact he's responding, because a lot of time we can be like, I said what I said, and then I misunderstood. I'm gonna shy away. That's not.
I love what he said. He said, "I'm not gonna be quiet."
Listen. I would put my pedal to the metal. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't
like
say pedal to the metal.
I'm not.
I'd rather crash the car.
I would have crashed the car than to put my foot on the brake. So the point is, I'm pushing it, stand forward. And the idea is, I'm gonna stand for what I believe. And I'm telling you guys, if you believe something, even if nobody else believes it, stand forward. Because the truth is not always convenient sometimes. It's going to get under somebody's skin. I'm going to tell you, there's time my wife tells me things that I don't want to hear it. But when I digest the thing, listen, man, it's the best thing she ever said. So the honest truth is, our selfishness and pride, our ego can get wounded when truth comes to us.
The nail on the
so
head.
When it gets wounded, the humble things to do is to trying to swallow up your pride. It's not easy to do. You have to say, you know what? I don't care how you feel right now, pride. But if this is true, Lord, by your grace, help me to eat it up.
Well, the problem is that people don't want to ruffle any feathers. They like constant. Yeah. They don't want to have the conflict, because what happens is when truth is revealed, you do have an internal conflict that you do have to go through that process of opening your eyes, going through the change thought process, and being able to say, I was wrong.
Wow.
Pride and ego.
Debbie, I see you in the chat here. Debbie Harkness. Listen, I'm actually with you on that. I've seen one of his songs, and I requested pray for him because I was worried about him.
Yeah.
I understand why. I understand. Anybody who's speaking like Tom is...
Virtue signaling for financial gain. That's true.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So let's get some more Tom MacDonald going here.
Hating real loud, but they follow me, screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm the scum of the earth in the same damn breath, trying to preach about equality. Back before I wrote the song on race, they all ignored that I had something great. They tried to edge me out, they didn't hear my bars. They tried to tell me that I wasn't built for fame. Fast forward to when I'm paid. I ain't spend $1 on the chain. I'll get my mama a house, I'll get my dad a car, I'll make my sister rich, she'll never work again. And it's...
What is the current rap industry promoting? What is the current music industry promoting? Chains,
money, sex, drugs.
Money, sex, drugs. He's telling people, buy a house. This is generational wealth that you're starting. Your sister won't have to work again, not because of that, for whatever reason. Like he's saying, he's given financial planning here, financial tips on how to spend the money that you get.
Can we read that again? Because it sounds like more he's saying, I could have focused more on these things than to be talking about these things right here that you're attacking me for. It sounds like he's saying, I'm not trying to be selfish, but I could have used hip-hop for my own benefits, but I'm using it to promote truth, and you attacking me. It seems like that's what he's saying, but I might be wrong, though.
Edge me out, they didn't hear my bars. They tried to tell me that I wasn't built for fame. Fast forward to when I'm paid. I ain't spend $1 on the chain. I'll get my mama a house, I'll get my dad a car, I'll make my sister rich, she'll never work again. And
so
he's like, I'm not being stupid with this thing. Like, he's letting everybody know he's from a different mindset. He's cut from a different cloth.
Yes.
He's not
using his wealth for the right purpose here.
He's like, look, listen, I'm not like y'all. Y'all thought you could tell me I wasn't worth anything. I showed you my come up, but even in my come up, I'm still not like y'all. I didn't buy a chain. I didn't do this for all. I made sure that I made sure my people were taken care of.
That's
the right way.
That's right.
The right way. And I just love that he's confident in what he believes.
And
he doesn't have to.
This is what attracts me, because being a gospel preacher and stuff, you can't back down. Whatever belief system you have, even if it conflicts mine, stand for it, because it is your belief. You don't think so? People have to either line up, or eventually, if you are convicted to believe something else, that's something different. But the thing is, I'm all for freedom of conscience here, and the fact he's standing for this, boy, I love myself some Tom MacDonald.
Question, Sandra Haycos. You said, I'm nervous about that as well, but it may make for a good discussion. What are you nervous about? I missed that in the comment.
I think she's probably nervous about Tom MacDonald's lives or something like that, right?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So we can talk some more, guys. Let's listen some more. Happy birthday once again to my wife. Thank you, Amy.
Come on,
let's get some more Tom MacDonald going here.
And this hater is so underwhelming. I'm conditioned for all the abuse. Seeing the reaction videos all blowing up, and you're welcome for all of the views. Blow up my Twitter. Y'all just keep making me bigger. Y'all just keep showing your trick.
I'm getting the idea that Tom MacDonald knew what was gonna come to him. By putting out this video, you see, I'm conditioned for all these abuse, and sometimes when you're standing for truth, you need to prepare yourself.
Well, no, he's conditioned for it. Look at what his life was like, what he went through.
He's been through traumatic experiences.
He's conditioned for it because he is a man who understands the power of the mind.
Yeah.
His perspective and his mindset, he's not gonna fade and fall into a box or a category. He's got a strong mindset. Most of the music industry is puppeted. They're being fed what it is that they have to do, what they have to say. They're being given.
Tom is free.
He broke the chain.
Free thinker.
He broke the chain of the music industry by going on his own, going out on his own, and going out on what he believes and what he stands for in his past life, of what he's gone through, his traumas that he's been through, his addictions. He's been built for this thing.
The thing is, many in the music industry don't like Tom because Tom is doing what they should have been doing
and
that they are not able to do.
Yeah.
And in part of the hatred, there's a story in the Bible about Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. You kill your little brother because your brother has done what you should have been doing. So it's kind of like Tom is saying, guys, this is how it is done.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they can't do it, and as a result, it's almost like this level of jealousy. If I may use that word loosely here, jealousy is going after him, saying, we're going to get rid of him by any means necessary. Destroy his image, attack his fans, make him look bad, make him look foolish. And guess what? I love the fact he's not backing down.
Well, and then you also have to look at the music industry themselves. You got a bunch of Toms out here. Hold on a second. We don't need your big label. We don't need your label. We don't need your money.
No.
We can do what Tom did. So mind you, like there's a lot of people who feel stuck. I'm sure. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a lot of people who probably feel stuck in their label, stuck not doing what their heart desires to do, not what they feel inspired to do, but they're doing what gives them the check just so they can make sure they have the money. And they look at a guy like Tom MacDonald and say, what, he did that out of boxes? He did that in his basement? And wait till you... Listen, he did.
Blew up.
I can do it too.
Blew up.
Guess what there's going to be? They're losing money. So, of course, they need to throw a lot of hate, a lot of shade on Tom MacDonald, try to take away. And he's just in their face saying, I don't care. While I got breath in my body, while I got a heartbeat, I'm going to stand for what I believe.
Keep your foot on the gas, Tom. If you're listening to this, keep your foot on the gas. People like myself, we love what you do. So here is the thing, guys. So, I mean, I'm going to hold back my thoughts on this one. All right, let's move on.
Let's go.
Let's hear some more.
Y'all just keep missing the point and I keep doing me. Y'all ain't nothing to even consider. Man, I built this house. I'm the kind of person making music with a purpose. You the kind of people that be hating on the surface. I'm the kind of you ain't used to, the kind of make you nervous. Yeah, back before I even wrote the record, I can see this coming like a fortune teller. And a calm sea don't make a skilled sailor, so I thank the heavens for the stormy weather.
A calm sea don't make a skilled sailor. A calm sea don't make a skilled sailor. Come on now, that line is fire. You gotta throw fire bombs in the chat. A calm sea don't make a skilled sailor.
You see, that's what I call rap. This is the kind of rap Pastor James can listen to. And
I need to see fire bombs in the chat, guys.
I can be like, okay,
that right there. That is a calm sea.
Fire.
I mean, like every time I hear it, this song is my favorite so far.
Really?
A calm sea.
You need to hear some more Toms. But this, I love the fact though, the spirit.
What does that mean?
It.
A calm sea doesn't make a skilled sailor.
And the idea is,
do you get that?
The idea is, if
you haven't gone through nothing,
if you haven't gone through the struggles, if you don't experience trouble,
yes,
you're not gonna make me the man that I am. So in other words, the troubles that they're sending to Tom, what they fail to realize, the more you go after Tom, the more he learns how to navigate, is the greater he becomes.
Yeah. And the more he has to learn, the way he's learning how to navigate through life,
it's
not because it's been easy.
Yeah.
Not because it's been easy. It's because he had to put in work, because he had to go against opposition, because people tried to shut his voice out, and he had to say no. He had to fight battles within himself.
Fire,
because
guys.
He's human.
Fire in the chat room.
He's human. He's a human person, so he does go through emotions and feelings. What he's expressing here, what he had to get to make this video, what he had to dig deep and pull out of him to make this video, we don't know. But there had to be something.
That's the stuff we don't see. We don't know what's going on behind the scene. When you see the kind of work that they had to do.
So the thing is,
and I said this in one of my reaction videos before, guys. You guys who will be following, you heard me saying this. You see, rappers like Tom MacDonald, they are not born. They are made to struggles, mistakes, bad decisions, negativity, failures, and through all of that, emerge as someone that we will say today is something special. Say what you want. Talk about his skin, his tattoos, or his lyrics, what you like, what you don't like. Say what you want.
Yeah.
This brother here is working with something special. And I'm telling you, they don't make them like this anymore. This is very rare. Now, I'm not saying there are not other artists. NF, you guys introduced me to NF, Burden World, some other artists that you guys showed me. And I'm like, yo, they're all good too. What I'm saying is Tom MacDonald, at the level that he is and what he is talking about, the stuff he's addressing as a man, I'll take my hat down.
A calm sea don't make a skilled sailor. Whatever you guys are going through, just know sometimes it takes some pain, sometimes it takes some struggle, sometimes it takes some fight. It takes fight to get to where you've been purposed to get to.
You heard that, guys?
It's not easy.
Yeah.
There's no comfort in the growth. Wait, how's it go? There's no growth in the comfort zone, and there's no comfort in the growth zone. You know, it just comes with the territory.
I love that.
If you want to grow, you're going to have to go through stuff. And Tom MacDonald, more than anyone else who I'd heard recently, understands that concept. And he's not going to let anybody put him in fear, anxiety, depression, guilt him, shame him into feeling like he needs to shut his mouth. Because he understands what he's creating is with purpose. He said, what I'm saying is with purpose. Y'all just making stuff, random stuff. He has purpose in what he's putting out.
Yeah, I agree. And, oh man, I love it. Let's hear some more.
Okay, fast forward to when we're old and gray. I'll be looking back at when they posted hate, and it will hurt a bit, but it was worth it when your dream is getting hurt no matter what they say. I try conveying that I love us all, and the way I did it left them so appalled. I used a broken arm to try and break their walls. No matter what they say, they know it took balls.
This video is actually very simple.
It's so simple.
We don't have all these crazy Illuminati stuff flying all over the place, all these crazy flashlights. He doesn't have to do all that. This is actually very simple. When you know how to do video production, this is simple.
He's showing the storm.
You know what's powerful about the video?
Going through.
Truth.
Yep.
Truth. It's not really, it's not about all that. The lyrics are so true. The man he's speaking about here as a response to his so-called, I would say, haters. But the thing is, the truth is so clear that you can't fight against this.
No.
And guess what? The thing about people that attracts them to Tom, people love truth. You may put all these crazy videos out there, a lot of artists are doing a lot of crazy stuff they're saying, but if you're not telling people the truth, you're not going to attract a crowd. They might follow you, but they're not going to follow you to the end.
Well, you become a fad.
This brother here is different, man.
You're a fad. You become trendy. You know, he's not trying to be trendy. He's trying to break chains. He's trying to open up the blind eyes. He's trying to set at liberty people who are captive in this mindset of debased thinking and not understanding that you are an equal. You can be an equal.
Yep.
You just have to have the mindset of equality. You have to have the mindset of growth. You have to have the mindset of being able to overcome what the narrative is trying to be pushed into you for you to think this way. Like, he's trying to take you from that place of oppression to release you and free you.
And
like the cage
you said
bird
something
thing.
on the last video. You said something that I was listening to the video and I'm like, yo, that was deep. Because oftentimes when we have these discussions, I have to go back and listen and I'm like, oh, I missed that. I didn't even realize she said this. She said Tom MacDonald is trying to get us to think a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And he's trying to take the mind from a base level and say, look beyond.
Yes.
And that is what I love, because he's not just talking about the base stuff of the nonsense stuff, the rhetoric, the same repetitive kind of type. No. He's taking the idea of music to a level where it addresses real issues, where real conversation can be happening, where real healing could take place, where love can be built, peace can be achieved, all of that. And to me, that is a genius.
He's conditioned for the abuse because he was bullied as a boy and the fight to become relevant as an artist. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate you. Hey, Gail Parker, thank you. We love you too. Thank you for the love and the attention that you guys show to us here. So now let's watch some more.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You want to go?
Well, she put this thing, young white kids have crushing guilt. It's very sad. I think I saw a video of this one girl. She's like crying and she's just like, I'm so sorry. While I understand we do not erase history, why are we trying to put guilt trips on people?
To me, that makes no sense.
Anyway.
And I found a location, unloaded the lumber, and pounded the stakes, and I
Wait. We gotta back this up.
Listen, sorry.
It's Tom. You can't do that to us like that. You can't.
We just need to listen to that.
You can't just drop it like that. Okay. We need to.
This is him. So as we proceed into this, understand what he's saying.
I mean,
I know you guys listen to the words, but listen to these words, because this man has understood what it takes to put in the work and to put in.
And that's what most people don't see, though.
They don't see that.
They don't see that.
Because they don't want to see it.
They don't know how many sleepless night, how long his girl has to stay on the internet working. I heard she worked 50 hours to put out a video the other day. Like, you don't see that. You don't know how they had to change their house around, what furnitures they had to buy. You don't know how many times they had to sleep outside. You don't know the kind of sacrifice, money that had to be borrowed and stuff. You don't know that, and that's why you can't judge.
The beauty of it is, I bet you he loves every single moment of it because it just builds that much more of the foundation that he has created.
That's why we gotta show him some love.
It just frameworks his whole thought process and being able to say that he didn't go with the narrative they tried to push him into. He didn't take the easy way out. He didn't fall victim to the category they tried to put him in.
Amen. Appreciate that.
They know it took balls. I surveyed the land and I found a location, unloaded the lumber and pounded the stakes, and I blended the bones of the people who hated with blood and cement. Then I poured the foundation. I built the frame with all my guilt and shame, and then I chiseled my name and the date in the basement. I carved my initials and all of the boards and the beams that are needed for structural greatness. No record label, no distribution.
He's not bragging here.
No, he's not bragging.
He's just telling you the truth behind what he's been doing.
He said he even put his guilt and shame in the foundation there. Sometimes you gotta listen. Even God says, "I will take your sins and I will put them in the depths of the sea."
We can start preaching. We can start preaching here right now.
This is what we have to understand as people, even as Black people. Sometimes you gotta put this stuff to rest.
Yeah.
So, like we said, there is history, and then there is debating and anger and unforgiveness. We gotta put the anger, the unforgiveness, we got to put it to rest. He put it in the foundation of what he was building, guilt and shame. He knew he'd been through some stuff. This is what he's saying. I've been through some storms.
Oh, sorry, guys. We just wanted to see how many people are watching us live right now. There are 139. 139. Okay, got it. Thank you, ma'am.
So this is the whole thing. We have to understand we got to put stuff, and there's stuff in our own personal lives. This is just why I have to say this. What he's doing, he's not just trying to reach masses. He's trying to reach individuals. Us, we have stuff that we have held on to, whether it be with a family member, with a child, with a friend, within ourselves, some self-pain, we have to start creating a new foundation and put that pain, that guilt, that shame, put it down in there. So then you can pour the cement and you can do all that, and then you can move forward. You can propel forward in life.
And that's the thing. Going after Tom MacDonald and not understanding the kind of work that it took for him to be at this place and talking the way he's talking, is almost like, well, you going against a brick wall. You're just not going to, because there's so much that has happened back then that we just don't know. We just seen somewhat of the finished product here.
Pause. Cheryl said, as Tom says, he walks with Christians. I didn't even know that. So I think that's
good to hear, man. It's good to hear.
I didn't know it based on his words.
But based
on his music.
Yeah, I
can
see it, yeah.
And this is why we got to keep going. I love it. I love it.
No cosign, no publicist, no manager, no teammates, no money to make up my budget with, no groceries, no studio, no booking agent, no bucket list, no PR, no marketing, just fans.
Wow.
He understands the value of the people who he's serving.
He loves truth.
And
again, he has by the way, guys, shout out to you once again. He has an amazing group of people. And the reason why we're having the discussion is because the fans that we've met that love Tom, and we ourselves got connected to Tom, and we got connected to you. So what we're saying is, guys, continue to support Tom and continue to pray for Tom, because artists like this, they are not born, if I may say it again. They are made.
And he's been made through the fiery trials of life.
You guys said the refiner is fire.
Yeah.
Shit, that. And it's true. He's been through that 100%. And back. So, yeah.
We built this house when my days end and it's vacant, and they bury me with that only key. My biggest fans gonna break in with a Ouija board and a box of chalk, draw a pentagram, hail Satan, try to bring me back from that wooden box. Y'all tried to fill my grave.
He said, listen, we're gonna be so yearning for the truth that he's been spitting, they're gonna try to bring him back to life. Because that's how much he is spitting the truth, and he knows it. He's confident in what he's sharing. That's how Christ was. He was confident in what he's sharing. Tom is confident in what he brings to the table here.
Love it.
Then they'll sit on the roof with the rifles I hid in the fridge, and they'll shoot at the men on the ridge who are coming to undo the work that I did. Then they'll block off the highway that leads to the crib and put sensors on all of the boards in the bridge, so they know when they're coming to empty the clip. Then they'll gut all the bodies and cut off the skin, then connect all the pieces with needles and pins and attach it to 10 feet of branches and twigs, and then plant it in mud till it stands in the wind. Then they'll stand there and look at this that we.
Quickly, guys, thank you for the love. Thank you. I see you. What is that? Ed9. Here you go. Once again. Yeah. Thank you for praying. thank you for praying for us in our ministry. Well, I want to say, apart from all the crazy stuff about Tom knows how to rap. Yeah. He's got bars for days. Can we judge without all the extra stuff, right? Just listen to the stuff this brother is saying here. It's almost like, boy, this Caucasian guy can rap, boy. Anyway. Did that we never imagined we do because of them. Our blood and sweat and tears went into what we built till we were begged. So we used blood and sweat and tears of enemies to build our flag. We built this house,
we built.
Guys, can we get some fire in the chat room? Can we get some fire in the chat room right now? Put some fire in the chat room if you are watching to this, because it's getting hot in here. And by the way, we are in a cold basement, but I'm getting hot inside. Literally.
So Tommy, maybe if this was their first intro, but not after. Okay. So what does this mean? I'm still trying to wrap my head around this part. Let's hear it again. Yeah, let's listen again. So guys, speak to this. Sweat and tears of enemies to build our flag. We built this house, we laid these bricks, we set these traps, these flames we lit. Our haters doused in gasoline, they brought to try and torch us with. Let them hate, dog. Everyone will have something to say, dog. Their opinions don't mean trying to judge your engine by your paint job. Trying to judge your engine by your paint job. That's so superficial.
I see why you guys call him a lyrical poetic, but he does have a way of putting those words together. He just hates you right in the face.
Opens minds, don't judge, try to understand and help. Absolutely. Listen, this man is fire. He's fire,
because it's just that good.
Try to judge an engine by its paint job. Isn't that the music industry now? A bunch of nothingness, but these pretty little covers. Look at Hollywood. These people are depressed. They're sad. They're angry. What do they call Michael Jackson? The saddest man in the world, right? Because they're just putting out stuff. They're just putting out stuff. Like, I love Michael Jackson. Don't get me wrong. This isn't a Michael Jackson thing. But what I'm saying is, like, when we're looking at what the music industry is putting out, they're going off of looks. They're going off of whatever, but he's talking about there's substance, trying to judge an engine by its paint job.
Here's the word again. Substance.
He's got substance. Talk about that. Talk about this engine paint job lyric. Please talk about it. Yeah. Don't judge a book by its cover. What's his cover? What are they judging him by? Because of his tattoos? Because he's white? Right?
Yeah.
Because of that? Because he's speaking in such a manner? Because he's wearing the braids? Well, that's what he said before. They're saying, he's trying to be black.
The thing is, the same, if a black man was actually talking like Tom about racial issues, it wouldn't be no problem. There would be no backlash.
Okay, pause. Tom is saying he is using everything they use in the industry for success against them. He's using their own weapons against them. Woo, that's fire. That is so fire. Yes. That is so true. They're supposed to hate Jared. Everyone said. People say he can't rap. That is not true. Thank you, Renee, for joining in. Thank you for hanging with us.
But I want to say this, guys. This is coming from a quick quote here. We can use some quotes. This is coming from Michael Jackson. I've used this before, even in a sermon, because it just makes sense. Lies run sprints, right? Here is the next part of it. But the truth runs marathons. It makes a lot of sense for the reason why.
Yes.
People may attack the truth, but the truth is winning, though. It may look as though, and I love this because, when you go to the spiritual aspect, Jesus is the truth and everything. And I'm saying, so the whole idea is people who are promoting lies, they are taking the front stage, and they're running really fast with it. But guess what? Men who are standing for truth, don't be ashamed. Because at the end of the day, how long as you have truth on your side, you're gonna win. As a matter of fact, you've already won. Tom has already won this battle. And the fact he's getting all this backlash is a sign of victory, guys. It's a sign of victory because that's the only way they can do what they're doing, because otherwise they're just confirming the fact he's on the right
Tom's
track.
Music will have a lasting power. It will have a lasting impact. It will run the marathon that it's been called to run because it has been founded on truth.
That's right.
It's been founded on unity.
I know there's going to be a time when Tom is going to be laid to rest. Even after that happens,
his music won't.
His music isn't going to die. Let me tell you something. You see this man's music? After he's dead, that's exactly when things are going to get blow up.
Yep.
And I'm not saying, I'm praying that the Lord keep him alive as long as he could live, die in his old age. That's my prayer, right?
Yep.
But the thing is, even after that happens, whether it is 10, 20, or 80 something years from now, if these songs are still around, let me tell you something. It's gonna give birth to a generation of men and women
and that's
that are gonna create this mindset, and they're gonna swat. You may get rid of Tom, you may attack Tom, but you're not gonna attack his ideas and the truth that he promotes.
And that's what they're afraid of, and that's why they want to silence his voice and make him racist. Because what does race do? Race, what? Oh, Tanya, sorry.
Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. She says, thank you for embracing Tom and his fans. These conversations are fabulous. Thank you for enjoying the conversation. This is what I've always lived for. Change mindset. My thought process, young, I've always wanted to change the way people thought, because I just thought, and this is even before I acknowledged any God in my life or Christianity. I just was a person who saw people and hated the way people dealt with people.
Yeah.
It was just my person. And so being able to join into this family of truth, this family that is like over the lie and the propaganda of this big race culture, and now we need to be woke. Like that fake woke, I can't wait to listen to that song as well, because it's just like, I feel like I look around
Fake
and I
woke is
just
gonna
say,
be our next one, guys.
I just say, how in the world do people not see this and cringe and say, like, are they for real? Do they really have this mindset?
Somebody quoted 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7. Okay, I can put it on the screen in a few minutes here. What I would like to say, guys, if you are new here, like
this is
and
not
subscribe.
a fad. This is a movement.
Like and subscribe. Hey, man, it is. Like and subscribe to the page. Comment also below. We want to hear your thoughts. And also, do me a favor. Share this with somebody else. Okay? Call your friends. Let them know we are live. I should have told you from the beginning, but nevertheless, it's still not too late for them to come in. So bring people in. I see the subscription are going up, and I see the viewers are also increasing. We have 144 people watching. Guess what? We can get 1,000 here because we got something good happening here. Why? Because we got Tom MacDonald and Shuf is being promoted here. Guess what? Bring more people into this stuff.
So Tom MacDonald, he refuses to be trendy. He refuses to be part of a group of people who don't see that people need to be educated and they need to have knowledge and wisdom driving them and leading their thought process, intelligence. He's not going to be part of the foolishness of just talking about guns, sex. What is it?
Too many people are doing guns, sex, drugs,
violence,
and violence.
All that stuff that's being promoted
about
in the music industry now. He's not going to do that.
He's not that kind of artist.
And taking that stance makes him, what's that word? Monumental. Makes him, but it just runs like he's going to run forever. He's running he's the marathon.
You
man.
guys heard my words of Tom, and I would like to hear your words. My description of Tom is counterculture revolutionary artist, and I'm sticking to it because they don't make them like this anymore. And I would like to, guys, I'm going to read your comments here. When you describing Tom, what are the words? I've heard fax machine before. I've heard lyrical poetic before. I've heard arithmetic something. But anyway, I'll listen to what you guys think. Let's hear some more Tom MacDonald.
The rest of the song. Sorry, guys.
This is deeper than we thought.
Gravestone, I'm a cheap death. There's too much I ain't seen yet. They think that I got him way over my head, but I feel like I just got my feet wet. We're trying to dream more and sleep less. Avoid the pills when we're depressed. Remember to not be too hard on ourselves. If we cut deep enough, we up bleed red. Man, you never know when it's time to go.
Quality.
Heaven's open when the bars are closed. So seize the moment. Don't leave it hoping. You'll breathe tomorrow. You could be a ghost. I'm living mine like the finish line is right in front of me. Made a fishing wire, so I'll never see it till it's too late. When God...
I love that he said he made a fishing wire. Why? Because you can't see it. Because he puts no end to his. He puts no end to what he's here to do.
There's so much
the
depth
fishing
to this
line.
lyrics. You
you don't see a fishing line, right? So he's just saying until his last day, he's not even going to sit here and try to put an end. He didn't put a cap.
Amazing.
He didn't put a cap. Oh my gosh, sorry. I think I spit. He didn't put a cap on what he's trying to deliver, people.
Guys, can you put some fire in the chat room? Because this was fire.
This man.
Listen, guys. So what do we think? Let's bring a conclusion to this part here. What do you guys think? What do you think Tom was saying in this song?
We didn't even finish it yet.
No, it's over, right?
Is it over?
Yeah,
No.
this is the end.
God shakes my hand, please celebrate.
Okay, well, back it up because we got to hear that last part.
Depression by your paint job. Gravestone, I'm a cheap death. Dog, everyone will have something to say, dog. Your opinions don't mean trying to judge your engine by your paint job. gravestone, I'm a cheat death. There's too much I ain't seen yet. They think that I got them way over my head, but I feel like I just got my feet wet. We're trying to dream more and sleep less. Avoid the pills when we're depressed. Remember to not be too hard on ourselves. If we cut deep enough, we up bleed red. Man, you never know when it's time to go. Heaven's open when the bars are closed. So seize the moment, don't leave it hoping. You'll breathe tomorrow, you could be a ghost. I'm living mine like the finish line is right in front of me. Made of fishing wire, so I'll never see it till it's too late. When God shakes my hand, please celebrate. Please celebrate. Please celebrate.
Wow.
Thank you for the fire, guys. Fire, fire, fire.
He said, don't apologize. He said, please celebrate. Don't.
So, what did we get from this discussion?
Man, it's so much more. Okay, so he hit so many different topics. I'm not good at being put on the spot with questions.
Well,
so,
I can start.
Go ahead.
If you want me to. First of all, the first thing that I grasp is the fact that Tom is not going to back down from the attacks that he's getting for believing what he believes. I appreciate that. We should never back down because, especially when we know we are standing for the truth. All right. That's the first thing that I grasp. If you get anything, anytime, insert that. The thing is, Tom had to put in a lot of work to get to the point that he is. So therefore, he will never sacrifice. And the thing is, when we understand the level of work the man had to put in, we can appreciate his content better.
Well, and it's not even the amount of work he put in. It's about what he went through to get where he's at mentally. Like, his mindset is strong. He said he was built for this abuse, not because of anything that he did, but because of what he experienced.
Let's hear what you guys are saying about Tom here very quickly. A warrior angel. Listen to that one. I like that, Sir Licky. Let me put the chat room going here.
Don't attack my fans or my music. We are fine.
Yeah. Wow. All lives matter. They will love also. We have the no lives matter. There's also an all lives matter. Well, okay.
Tom is going to continue to go all out until the rising wire ends his race.
Amen.
Exactly.
Amen.
Till that rising wire ends his race. Like, I love how he didn't put a cap on what he's going to do. He used a fishing wire, right?
Like that
he used
idea.
a fishing wire because you can't see that.
Because
once you start to see an end, you start to function in that. No, he understands.
Guys, that
you
was
function.
such a nice song.
He said he just feels like he's getting his feet wet. He said you function full throttle until you take your last breath. And he said you could be breathing, but you could just be a ghost. Why would you want to do that?
Well,
no,
many of them. That's what most
people are doing. They're being puppeted through this life.
He refused to be that kind of guy.
And most people in general in their life aren't standing for whatever it is that they believe in. They're just going with what's easy, what's simple, and that's why he said.
Oh, okay. He has a no lives matter, not all lives matter. Makes sense. Thank you, Milani. Thank you for the correction. Appreciate that.
But yeah, this was an awesome video, man. I mean, I couldn't have said it better from the beginning. From the beginning when he said that he won't keep his mouth shut.
He shouldn't have to.
No, absolutely not. And how people are saying we want to be equal. They're saying that, but they're speaking out of both sides of their mouth.
They don't
because
want
then
it,
they're
though.
bashing him.
They don't want that.
They're verbally abusing him, but saying we want to be equal. But they're putting him down.
That equality it only consists of what they determine. Exactly. Based on their interpretation of what that is. It's not for everyone.
And I believe like he stands on the foundation that he built, and he understands the power of forgiveness. He put his guilt and his own shame from whatever he's gone through in his life in the beams of the foundation, and he etched it in there. He understands it's there. It's a pillar.
That was some serious lyrics.
It's a pillar it's a pillar that has helped to create and mold him into he's become today, but it's not the pathway that he walks on. He doesn't walk in guilt and shame every day. No, it's become part of the foundation of who he is. Like all of us, we've all done stuff that has taught us a lesson.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Not lesson living in it all day, every day. If you have guilt and shame in your life, it's time to reevaluate why.
Yeah.
Why do I still feel guilty? Why do I still feel shameful?
Yeah.
Why do we need the whole white population to feel guilty and shameful for slavery?
Yeah. And the thing is, I would like to say, based on Tom's music also, guys, just like my wife just kind of put it in a way, I just want to add to that. No matter what you've been through or gone through, use those experiences as a mean to build a solid foundation. Build your house on top of your pain, of your sorrows, your tears, your mistakes. Whatever decision you've made, regardless how good or how bad it is, use that as your mean to build a solid character to make a difference in our world today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't live in the past.
Don't.
Be a change maker. Stand for truth.
Yeah.
Don't be puppeted by anybody. Don't be puppeted. Don't allow people to give you the narrative and just walk in it. And if you have to say I'm wrong, like we talked about ego, say I'm wrong and say I need to have a changed thought process.
No problem.
And start to take those steps to gain it.
That's
start
right.
to dig deep.
I think they're ready for No Lives Matter.
Yes,
No Lives
we are.
Matter. Okay,
it's
guys,
time.
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. We